Welcome to Imola for the San Marino Grand Prix. This race attracts the largest number of tifosi due to the close proximity to Maranello, birthplace of the Ferrari legend. Apart from this being one of two of Ferrari's home Grand Prix, the grandstands are also full of supporters for Italian drivers Giancarlo Fisichella and Jarno Trulli.
Conditions are perfect here today. Clear skies and perfect temperatures on and off the track. The forecast is also good, and we expect that it should stay like this for the whole race.
Hey guys, Josh here. We are here with episode 4 of our F105 career mode on the PS2. In episode 4 we'll be driving around Imola, as always, as Fernando Alonso in his Renault. It's our teammate though, Giancarlo Fisichella, starting on pole position ahead of Ferrari man Rubens Barrichello. Jacques Villeneuve is in a very surprising 3rd place. Michael Schumacher is 4th, and it's Montoya and Raikkonen, Button and Sato. Christian Klein is 9th. Felipe Massa rounds out to the top 10, and it's the two Toyotas of Jarno Trulli and Ralf Schumacher in 11th and 12th. Mark Webber in 13th, Coulthard in 14th, Heidfeld 15th, Kartikayan, Freisacker, Montero, Albers, and there we are then, Fernando Alonso in 20th place. Another dismal qualifying, we just can't seem to get it right. The track surface is very, very slippery in qualifying. We always seem to be making mistakes, and also our pace compared to the AI is just, nowhere near we want it to be. Anyway, we have 5 lights then out, and we are racing in Imola off the line to a pretty good start. We've already seemed to have got past one of the Jordans and one of the Minardis up into 18th place, and going down into this turn one, we've just got to be very, very careful. Very, very easy to lose the front wing down into here, but we seem to have negotiated it fairly cleanly. Going down into this next corner then, we have passed, it looks like, one of the Minardis, and just swerving out of the way there, one of the Jordans. We're up into 16th place now. We've got Heidfeld and Coulthard ahead of us as we run out wide onto the curb, just trying to find a way past. We're going to set ourselves up very nicely out the exit of this corner in an attempt to get past Nick Heidfeld. Meanwhile, Coulthard is really battling with the Toyota of Jarno Trulli, but just trying to close up to the Williams here. Currently 16th place and hoping to make good progress. I really hope we can get qualifying sorted in the next few races, but just at the moment we just can't seem to find any pace or any luck in qualifying at the moment, so hopefully that's going to change if we want to win that championship. But anyway, we're just having a little look at the Williams of Nick Heidfeld, and it looks like, can we find a way around here, possibly down the inside into the chicane? We're going to have to see. It's going to be very tight, but we seem to have made the move stick. And could we be, we can actually get past David Coulthard as well, who was very slow on the exit of that corner. We're now on the back of Jarno Trulli in his Toyota. Of course, he started 11th place, but has now dropped into 14th place as we move up into 13th place. Coming then slightly later on into the race then on lap number 3, we're now behind the first Williams of Mark Webber, of course, who's had a pretty decent start to the race, not too bad for the Aussie, but we just made it slightly worse as we make our way up into 12th place. We're now right on the back of the Toyota of Ralf Schumacher then. Can we try and find a way past? It looks like we're going to be making a very similar move to we did on Heidfeld, and we've made that move stick, and we're now up into 11th place. As you can see, a few other cars pitting, but we're choosing to stay out. We're in 9th place and right on the back of the Sauber of Felipe Massa, of course, and there's yellow flags out then, so who could this be? You can see there's a car that's peeled off to the side of the track. Now who was that? It was Jacques Villeneuve then, the man who started 3rd on the grid and was on for a fantastic result after having a really solid start to the season. And it's got a whole lot worse because he's out of that race now. We're right behind his teammate Felipe Massa, who's probably going to be jumping for joy in that cockpit. Of course, one of his main aims, of course, is to beat his world champion teammate if he wants that Ferrari drive for 2006. And Felipe is going to be under pressure from Alonso here, and it looks like we're going to be making the move up into 7th place. And oh, we come so close to the back of Christian Klein. That could have been very nasty, but it looks like we're up into 4th place now as other people have pitted. Onto lap number 6 then, I'm going to be squeezing through on the inside past Christian Klein, and here we are then coming into the pits. Hopefully we can have a good pit stop. We've been trying to get these right of course, and coming out of the pits, that's 5.4 second pit stop. What a mighty pit stop. Some great action on that PS2 controller there has allowed us to gain a lot of time on our rivals. You can see Alonso's had a spin out of the pits. That of course is us. We've had a just a bit of a moment there. You can see it on board. This is what happened. Yeah, absolute calamity. Sorry, that was actually a new spin. We've actually spun again, and here's a replay of it. Coming down into the final chicane, we just lose the back end. A very, very strange incident. Probably down to having cold tyres and that previous spin doing us no favours. But anyway, lost position to Massa and Ralf Schumacher right on. We seem to have fended him off. Happily going down to turn 1 then. What's going to happen here? Schumacher right on the back of us. And we just had another moment there, and we've gone spun off into the gravel. That's the third incident in the matter of a couple of laps. We've now dropped so far back down into 15th place, only ahead of the Jordans. We managed to get past David Coulthard. By the looks of it, we're going wheel to wheel. We left room for him, and he's gone right through there and just barged us. But we have managed to stay in there, up into 14th place now. This is going to be a very tall order to get up into the points, but we're going to be giving it our all. We're going to be going so aggressive. Alonso's going to be turning on his rage mode. He's angry after having all these spins. He wants to do very well. We go around the outside of Nick Heidfeld, and that was a pretty decent move. I think you'd have to agree. We cut that corner like a boss, which has given us an almighty run on Mark Webber, and this should help us into 12th place. Lap 11 has certainly been a very interesting lap for us, and now we're right on the back of the Toyota of probably Ralf Schumacher, I'm guessing. Judging, I couldn't actually see the helmet there, but we certainly get past one of the Toyotas there, up into 11th place, and look who's ahead of us. It's the one and only Christian Klein. So it was Jan Trulli then who we got past previously. Then we're just losing the back end again, a very strange incident, and we're really struggling with the handling. But look at this, it's Takuma Sato in the BAR. He's out of the race, fire there coming from the engine. We're up into 10th place then with just 2 laps to go. Make that 9th though, as we managed to negotiate our way past Christian Klein. But of course we're now down to just 18 runners, but that's it then, that's the race over. We couldn't quite catch Ralf Schumacher for that final point. 7 seconds we finished behind him. But anyway, Fisichella, our teammate, takes a brilliant win for us. That's really good for the whole Renault team. And it's Barrichello, Schumacher, Montoya, Button, Raikkonen, and Massa. Ralf Schumacher, of course, we're there in 9th place. Not the worst result, but certainly those spins have cost us what probably would have been a podium, because we're going very strongly here in Imola today. Christian Klein will probably not be pleased to come away out this weekend with nothing, but nevertheless, Klein is in 10th. Let's take a look then at the second half of today's results. Trulli started where he finished in 11th. 2 Williamses of Webber and Heidfeld, and it's Coulthard, Kaltakainen, Montero, Freisack, Albers, and look at that, Takuma Sato and Jacques Villeneuve, both of them running in contention for a podium place before retiring. Really unlucky stuff for the Japanese and Canadian drivers. Really unlucky weekend for them. Raikkonen leads the championship then ahead of his teammate Montoya, and it's Fisichella, Barrichello, Button, Alonso there, down with just 11 points. We've had 2 good races and 2 bad races. Let's hope round 5 is going to be a lot better. Sato is 7th, ahead of Villeneuve, Massa, and Michael Schumacher, the defending world champion, down there in 10th, but at least he's had a pretty good weekend compared to his other ones, so that's good for Michael Schumacher. Let's take a look at the second half of the drivers' standings, hopefully in a minute, if it is going to change over, and of course we'll also have to look at the constructor standings, which we should be looking actually pretty good for after that win for Fisichella. We really do need to try and get ahead of Fisichella. I mean, he's 3rd at the moment. We've been outclassed by him, well and truly. We've got the 2 Red Bulls of Coulthard and Klein in 11th and 12th. We've got Webber and Ralf Schumacher, and then Heidfeld and Trulli there. We look at the constructor standings, then McLaren lead the way by 27 points, but there's still a long way to go in this season, and we're only going to get better. Once we get quality sorted, it should really help not only us, but the whole Renault team. There are the standings, then you can look at them for yourselves, and we head then onwards to round 5 at the Barcelona circuit.